Hey, everybody. Melinda Jacobs here, intuitive coach, clinical hypnotherapist. My business is Quantum Therapeutics, and I'm here to empower transformation personally and globally. I just want to check in. It's been a little bit since I've been live. I've had a few things on my plate that got accomplished this last week. And so I'm back feeling refreshed and ready to share with you. So I want to talk to you today about my experience of finding God in the trash. Now, as some of you know, I have been through this 4.5 year process to become a religious science practitioner. And in that, we study the creative process, that there is this idea that there's a thought that starts in the mind, and that thought, like a seed, gets planted into the soil, into the field of possibility, into the law, into the creative medium, into that infinite field of potentiality. So many names for it, but our thoughts get planted into this, and the seed of our thought begins to uh, grow in the soil, and then it produces and brings forth manifestation. So if I'm thinking I'm healthy, I'm planting seeds into the soil that say I'm healthy, and what grows from the unseen to the seen, from the unformed to the form, is a very vital immune system, right? So I was speaking with my prayer partner as we were studying for our finals, and we were talking about the creative process. And he had this brilliant, beautiful expression about the soil. And by the way, I'm going to give him full credit. His name's Andrew Dose, and he is just absolutely a brilliant practitioner. And his version of what the soil is the soil don't give a shit. The soil's going to grow whatever you put in it. And I'm like, oh my God, that's the best thing I've ever heard in my life. The soil don't give a shit. Whatever we're thinking, we are planting, and the soil don't give a shit. It's going to grow what we put in it. So if we put into the soil, I suck, guess what we're going to experience? Or I'm going to get sick, guess what we're going to experience? So being responsible for what we're putting into the soil is really the place where we have the most power, because when we think about the mind field and what are we planting in it, well, that's our crop. And our crop is basically how our life looks. And without getting too bent out of shape or, judgy about yourself, you can just take it as information that what's happening in the physical world is a reflection for what am I individually putting into the field. Also, collectively, what are we putting into the field? So on to my finding God in the trash. So I've been helping people throughout isolation and taking ourselves into quarantine, and people are having a hard time and getting a little down, as was I, definitely feeling some depression, noticing around me some difficulty to keeping myself up. So rather than trying to ignore the fact that I was feeling sad and down, that seemed like a very reasonable response. And I decided, well, what can I do to support myself through the sadness, through the sense of depression? And I thought I should go out for a walk. And so I went out for a walk, and lo and behold, the streets were just littered with trash. It was just so sad. And I have this beautiful nature preserve just moments from my home, and the street that surrounds it, just bottles and empty liquor bottles and trash. And I'm finding masks and gloves. And so first few days I walked out, and in my mind I'm thinking, really, seriously, you pieces of shit, this is we are in a global pandemic, and this is what you do? You put trash on the ground, you just throw it willy-nilly? Do you not give a shit? And so I went home, not feeling very refreshed from my walk, if you could imagine. And then the next day I went out, same kind of dialogue. Now remember, thoughts are things, they're seeds, and every thought we have, we're planting into that creative medium, into the soil. It don't give a shit. It's going to grow whatever's put in it. So the next day, I'm out seeing the trash. And again, in my head, I just go into this spew of judgment and of criticism. And towards the end of my little internal rant, I say, people, we're better than this. We're better than this. Come on. And the little voice in my head said, what if, Melinda, what you're seeing is their best? What if people leaving trash on the streets, what if that is their best? And then the next question is, well, what's your best? And it's not a competition thing. It has nothing to do with a competition. It's, where are you at, Melinda, in your life? What is the best version of yourself that you can bring forward in this moment? I'm like, well, I guess I can bring a bag with me next tomorrow and pick some of the trash up. So go get my big Trader Joe's bag and I start picking up. And in my head, I'm still planting seeds of separation, criticism, judgment, because I'm like, really? Is this, I mean, who raised you like this? Who does this? I was picking up bottles with urine in it. And I'm just like, ah, oh, filthy pieces of shit. And so in my head, I'm still planting seeds into the mind field, into that creative medium, that are seeds of judgment, criticism, separation, downputting of others. And guess what? If whatever gets planted into the creative soil, into the soil, if that is what brings forth the physical world, well, all I'm doing is picking up trash and planting trash right back into the mind, into that creative medium. And I'm like, oh, wow. So basically, as I'm judging, criticizing, creating separation, I'm actually creating more trash to be then brought forth into the physical world. Well, that was a revelation. And so from then on, I have begun to continue my practice of picking up trash, being quite mindful that we're all doing our best. And now, as I pick up the trash in the physical realm, I am very intentional about the seeds I'm planting into that soil, because the soil don't give a shit. I'm very careful to plant seeds of unity, connection. We're doing our best. Compassion for whatever happened to these individuals that brought them to this place, that allows them to, that says it's okay to do what they're doing. Whatever that is for them, I can have compassion for that, and I can drop my judgment and look at judgment, at the criticism, at the separation as the very weed that is preventing us from coming together collectively as humanity, coming together to experience this world crisis with really the crop coming forth as love, compassion, gratitude, service, high service, and support of ourselves and each other. So, what are you planting? What are you putting into the field? What is your crop? What are you growing? Are you growing a lot of divisiveness? Are you growing and putting into your field a lot of judgment and criticism? Because guess what's going to bloom from that? So I'm just inviting us to be very, very mindful. Our thoughts are the very things that create the world we experience. And our individual thoughts impact us. Our collective thoughts impact us. And when I say that I empower people to transform individually and globally, it's because when one person changes, it changes everything and everyone. So I'm here to support you into helping clean up your crop, helping you look at what is it that you're planting. And sometimes these behaviors, these ideas, these judgments, these criticisms, and these beliefs about the world, about ourselves, they're pretty deeply rooted, and sometimes they need a little support. So if you need some help, I offer complimentary 30-minute consults to just chat and see if there's something that you and I can do together. And if you want more information about the work I do, the cellular release therapy, the intuitive coaching, the hypnotherapy, here's my website, here's my phone number. I would love to support you because as we individually clean up our own field, as we till our own soil, we are absolutely bringing forth a better, more loving world. And isn't that what we all want right now? Oh, many blessings to you all. I wish you a beautiful day. Enjoy your weekend. Get out there, pick up some trash, but please be mindful of the trash that you're putting in the soil because truly, the soil don't give a shit. It's going to grow whatever you put into it. Much love to you all. Take good care of yourselves. I'll see you very soon. Thanks so much.